Hello friends, and have I got a surprise for you. First of all, I'm playing Space Engineers, as you may or may not know by the title of this video, which may or may not include Space Engineers. I'm doing this commentary as I'm playing the video, so I don't know. But I've also got something else for you. Some ships I built. Yeah, that's right, I can build ships in Space Engineers. Wow, aren't I just the most amazing person you've ever met? But these ships are special. These aren't just regular commerce or warships. No, these are police ships. These are peacetime, yet they still have guns. This one has more guns than that one, like a large degree. But anyway, this one is the well, on Earth they call them police cruisers, but you know, in space we have cruiser ships, so I'd call it a fighter. Anyway. It's quite nice. The main advantage of it, as you probably can't see since you can't see any of the landing gear, is that almost none of the engines that you would use to thrust while landing point in the same are near the landing gear. So like the engines here aren't near these landing gears, so it's easier to land. And this landing gear, which is actually the main landing gear, that's why it's got the light near it. The engines for it are located on the bottom of the pylon wing things. I actually. Now those don't burn off, do they? It's also got some spotlights. I meant to color them red and green, but I decided that would be distracting. Let's see how it flies. It's got some guns mounted. It took a while to get them balanced right. But they're just about balanced right. They have a lot of recoil though, these guns. There's a lot of gun on the ship. I've got another ship floating up here. I'm gonna test it on. See how powerful this gun is. These ships are just covered in light armor because they are, after all, just, you know, light little ships. It's a bit of a tricky find there. Bring all weapons to bear! Oh, probably should make sure I'm not aiming it. And then just blow it to bits. And by blow it to bits, I mean do almost no damage because for some reason... Oh no, we did some damage. See if I can't take out the cockpits. Yeah, it's definitely more. These guns are definitely more for show and intimidation than for, you know, actually taking down another ship. It's also why this thing doesn't have missiles mounted, because it doesn't need them. It's just designed to chase down criminals, not actually, you know, kill them. That's for the heavier ships. But it can, you know, break up a ship. Whoa! Ooh, that probably gave me a dent. Dents are bad. But yeah, the Pride, much more... I put a lot more work into this one than I did this one. Which is surprising, because this one, actually, in my opinion, looks a lot better than... Well, not that. Hang on. It's around here somewhere. That one. You can't really see how terrible it is from this angle, but... If you look at it from the front, you can see that it's actually wider, taller than it is long, which makes it look really ugly. Just added these landing gear a few minutes ago, and I think they look... Well, they're better than the solar panels I had on there, and also they let it land, so that's good. Landing is always a good thing. Your ship, you don't want to fly through space forever. But yeah, let's take a look at the inside. So this is like a sort of... Gosh darn it. Platform's always hard to land. This is like a, I guess you'd call it a troop transport in military terms. I'm fairly sure that's not what they call it in, Oh, I just figured out what to call that one. And it's hiding. There it is. I've just figured out what to call those. They're squad cars. Oh, it's so obvious now. Anyway, yeah, this has got some... This is like the troop area. It also functions as a prison transport. We'll get to that in a minute. It's got a currently empty storage container at the top. See, it's empty. It's got some... The engine pods you saw on the outside are actually full of reactors, and the bottom one has a gravity generator in it too. This is the prison room. As you can see, I put some bars on the windows, both to reinforce them and to obscure the vision, because as you can see, the glass is actually tinted. Well, the reflection back is weird. The glass is actually tinted on the inside, and it's clear on the outside. And then here we have the cockpit. I meant for this to be more of like a glassed-in cockpit. That didn't really work out because of issues where I couldn't figure out how to get inversion of one of those pieces. I have since learned that those things actually do exist, but yeah. see how this one flies. It's also got some turrets mounted on the front for like clearing the landing zone. Because like maybe you're enjoyed it, it must have some space drugs. Space drugs are bad, kids. So yeah, it turns like a cow. Flies like one too. That is not very well at all. It does have reasonable maneuvering capabilities, and you know, it's not the worst thing I've ever done. Also, it's mostly made out of heavy armor, so you can't actually dock these. Well, you can't actually see it now, can you? Oh dang it! How do I get a cursor? You can actually dock these smaller ships to it, or other ships that I may be building in the future. Oh yeah, I'm gonna build more of these. It's gonna be a series. It's just gonna be a one-time thing when I show off my bad spaceships. No, you have to put up with my bad spaceship design skills for many days. But yeah, this thing, I don't know the maximum speed on it actually. Let's find out. Come on. I suppose if I turn my inertial dampers off, I don't know what button it is. It's not that one. Okay, that turned all the power off. There we go. That's the one. It's Y. Yeah. No reason to rage at me in the comments or not knowing the controls. Did just get a game like yesterday. So yeah. Speeding up. 104. That's reasonable, right? Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've not built very many ships, but I'm assuming 104 is okay. And now we're totally lost. I literally have no idea where I left those ships. This is just dandy. Well, I'm never getting those back unless I quick load. I suppose I probably will quick load because there's no reason to save this. I blew up one of my ships and dented the other. But yeah, you know, this is the first episode of Space Engineers, Space Police. And this is me, Dan Smithers, for the Axis Eagle Gaming Network, signing off.